You walk around this building and everyone is so supportive and so excited about what is happening with the Fever.
Has the balance of power in the WNBA really shifted because of a single phone call? For weeks, the league has been absorbing the massive ripple effect created by Caitlin Clark. But now a new rumor is accelerating the momentum. The buzz coming out of Indiana suggests something far bigger than ordinary free agency interest. A proven champion and highly sought-after veteran has reportedly made her intentions unmistakable, pushing hard for a move to join the rookie sensation. This isn't casual curiosity. It's a calculated power move that places the Fever at a defining moment and alerts the entire league that the landscape is changing fast. Suddenly, the conversation isn't about whether players want to go to Indiana, but how far they're willing to go to make it happen. The story began with quiet internal discussions, the kind that rarely escape closed rooms, yet the Clark effect has made secrecy almost impossible. Insider chatter points to Azure Stevens delivering a direct message to her representation, one that quickly reached Indiana's decision-makers. Find a way to make this partnership happen. According to sources, this wasn't framed as one option among many, but as a clear priority, described as a firm push to align with Clark and Aaliyah Boston and become part of what's forming in Indianapolis. The reaction across league circles has been immediate because it flips long-standing power dynamics. For years, established contenders in New York, Las Vegas, and Seattle drew top talent, while Indiana was viewed as a rebuilding destination for developing players. But Caitlin Clark has changed the equation entirely. She isn't just drawing attention, she's creating a gravitational pull strong enough to reshape where stars want to play. Clark's gravitational pull is now bending free agency itself, and the reported push from Stevens feels like the first real evidence that players aren't just watching the spotlight, they're actively planning to step into it, treating a roster spot in Indiana as one of the most valuable opportunities in the sport. If accurate, this isn't just about chasing a championship. It's a calculated move to attach a career to a rising cultural wave. And the significance grows when you consider who Azure Stevens is. She's not simply another veteran option. She's a championship-level piece with skill set that could unlock Indiana's ceiling. Developed in a powerhouse collegiate system built on winning, Stevens entered the league with high expectations and has steadily matured into a reliable contributor on the biggest stage, highlighted by her role in Chicago's 2021 title run. At 6'6", she represents a modern forward, mobile, versatile, and dangerous from distance rather than limited to the low post. Her perimeter shooting forces defenses to stretch, opening driving lane for Caitlin Clark while creating room inside for Aaliyah Boston to operate, exactly the spacing analysts say Indiana needs. Picture a Clark. Stevens pick and pop. Help on Clark, and you leave a proven shooter open. Stay attached to Stevens, and the league's most dynamic scorer attacks an uncluttered lane. Either choice puts defenders in a bind, and that's precisely why this potential pairing is generating so much momentum. But her impact isn't limited to one side of the floor. Defensively, she brings length, timing, and rim protection that can disrupt offenses and anchor lineups, which is exactly why this reported push carries real weight. This isn't a veteran searching for a final stop. It's a versatile player still in her prime identify herself as the missing piece for a rising roster. Insert her into Indiana's core and the perception shifts immediately from promising rebuild to legitimate threat. As the buzz intensified, a broader explanation came into focus. Because this situation doesn't exist in isolation, it's a direct result of the Caitlin Clark effect. In a matter of months, Clark has moved beyond basketball into something far bigger, a cultural and economic force reshaping the league's landscape. Arenas are selling out. Teams are relocating games to larger venues to handle demand. Television audiences are breaking records, and league-wide changes have followed the surge in attention. This is the environment players now see, and it transforms roster decisions into business decisions. Playing alongside Clark means exposure, momentum, and opportunity. Every highlight extends visibility to teammates, translating into endorsements, larger audiences, and rapid name recognition. Around the league, players are watching Indiana dominate headlines and seeing teammates gain instant prominence, and they understand what stepping into that spotlight could mean. The reported push from Stevens reflects that reality. not just a pursuit of a title, but a calculated move toward relevance on a larger stage, a belief that becoming a primary target for Clark's playmaking could elevate both career trajectory and personal brand more than a bigger contract in a quieter market. The gravitational pull is real and has placed the Indiana Fever front office in a high-stakes dilemma. While fans imagine a perfect super team, General Manager Lynn Dunn is navigating a complicated chess match where every move shapes the franchise's long-term trajectory. Adding a talent like Azure Stevens is undeniably appealing, but the path is filled with difficult trade-offs. The most immediate obstacle is the WNBA's rigid salary cap, where every contract matters, and landing a top-tier free agent requires serious financial maneuvering. Unlike the NBA, there's no room to comfortably overspend, meaning tough decisions become unavoidable, potentially moving a promising young piece or letting a valued veteran walk just to create space. Beyond the numbers lies an equally important challenge: chemistry and vision. Indiana has carefully built its foundation around Aaliyah Boston and Alyssa Smith, developing a culture rooted in growth, patience, and shared progression. Introducing a high-profile veteran into an already established front court adds complexity, raising questions about touches, roles, and developmental balance. Would Stevens seamlessly complement the system, or would her presence alter the trajectory of players still evolving into their prime? Dunn must weigh immediate contention against long-term cohesion, evaluating not just on-court fit, but the delicate locker room ecosystem. It's not a simple roster addition. It's a strategic decision that could accelerate Indiana's rise or reshape the blueprint entirely. Is the reward of an immediate title push worth the risk of disrupting a carefully built foundation? That's the crossroads now facing the Indiana Fever, a decision every rising franchise eventually confronts. Stay patient with organic growth, or swing big and chase contention now. That moment has arrived far earlier than expected, fueled by the unprecedented pull of Caitlin Clark. And it introduces the most delicate element of all: locker room dynamics. Building a super team isn't just about talent. It's about balancing roles, expectations, and personalities. The current roster endured a difficult season together, forming chemistry through adversity and laying the groundwork for the future. Now imagine a high-profile arrival like Azure Stevens entering not simply as another piece, but as someone reportedly pushing to join, potentially taking minutes and touches from players who helped build the foundation. That creates a complicated dynamic. Will teammates embrace her as a final step toward contention, or will there be quiet tension over shifting roles? Aaliyah Boston is already a cornerstone, while Alyssa Smith represents another key pillar with significant upside. Their frontcourt partnership was expected to define the franchise's future. Adding Stevens would inevitably reshape responsibilities and hierarchy. History shows that talent alone doesn't guarantee success. For every celebrated super team, others have faltered under internal pressure and unclear roles. That reality would place immense responsibility on head coach Christie Sides, who would need to manage expectations, maintain cohesion, and align ambitions before the pursuit of a championship ever reaches the court. She would be tasked with juggling the expectations of multiple all-star caliber players, all while under the brightest media microscope the WNBA has ever seen. Every loss would be scrutinized, every substitution questioned, and any hint of locker room friction will become a national headline. This is the hidden risk of the Stevens demand. It's a test of the Fever's cultural foundation and a challenge to the leadership of its young stars. Adding a champion is one thing. Successfully integrating one is another entirely. But whether the Fever ultimately signs Stevens or not, the impact of her alleged demand is already permanent, and the floodgates are now officially open. This moment will be remembered as the point when the Indiana Fever transitioned from a rebuilding team to the league's most coveted destination. Stevens' power play has sent a clear signal to every other star player, every pending free agent, and every disgruntled talent across the WNBA. Indiana is the place to be, and the time to get there is now. Agents are undoubtedly already on the phone gauging the Fever's interest in their clients and exploring potential pathways to get them on the roster. The Stevens situation has created a blueprint. It has shown that a direct and aggressive approach might be what it takes to join the most watched team in women's sports. This is likely just the first wave. Who's next? Will a veteran sharpshooter, seeing the open looks Clark generates, try to force a trade? It will a defensive-minded guard, eager for a championship, Take a pay cut for a chance to play a role on a contender. The possibilities are endless and exhilarating. Lynn Dunn's phone is likely ringing off the hook, not with her making calls, but with her receiving them. The Fever front office now holds all the cards. They are in a position of power that was unimaginable just 1 year ago. They can be selective, weighing different options, and choosing the players who are the absolute best fit for their system and their culture. This single rumor has shifted the entire landscape of WNBA team building. It has accelerated the Fever's timeline from a multi-year project to a win-now juggernaut. The era of players choosing Indiana is here, and this offseason could see a talent migration to the Midwest unlike anything the league has ever witnessed. And the Fever are no longer building a team. She would be responsible for balancing the expectations of multiple all-star level players while operating under the most intense spotlight the league has ever seen, where every loss is dissected, every rotation debated, and even minor tension becomes headline material. That's the hidden risk behind the reported push for Azure Stevens. It challenges the cultural foundation of the Indiana Fever and tests the leadership of its emerging core. Adding a champion is easy compared to integrating one into an evolving hierarchy. Yet regardless of whether a deal ever materializes, the ripple effect is already permanent. The moment signals a shift from rebuilding project to destination franchise, sending a message across the league that Indiana is suddenly a place stars want to be. Agents begin exploring pathways, veterans evaluate roles, and free agents start viewing the roster as an opportunity rather than a gamble. The reported scenario creates a blueprint. A direct push to join forces with Caitlin Clark could be the fastest route into the sport's brightest spotlight. That opens the door to a wave of possibilities. Shooters drawn to the open looks her playmaking creates, defensive specialists chasing a title opportunity, and experienced contributors willing to sacrifice for contention. Meanwhile, decision-makers like Lynn Dunn now operate from a position that seemed unimaginable not long ago, fielding interest instead of searching for it, evaluating fits instead of hoping for them. The broader impact reshapes team building across the league, compressing Indiana's timeline from gradual development to immediate ambition. The perception has flipped, momentum has shifted, and the idea of talent gravitating toward the Midwest is no longer speculation. It's becoming a new reality, with the Fever no longer simply assembling pieces, but positioning themselves to define the next era.